Paraguay is possibly the last conservative place left on the planet. That's ideal for Americans, Canadians, Europeans, Australians, and New Zealanders. Today I wanted to fill you in on the recent developments that I'm seeing across the globe and why I believe that Paraguay is the best country for somebody from North America, Europe, or Australia. I think it is an undeniable fact that we're heading in the wrong direction. In the mid-20th century, we witnessed the destruction of the Catholic Church, the destruction of Christian values. You know what we also witnessed during the mid-20th century? The destruction of real money. Exactly, that happened as well. Now, during the mid-20th century, we got skinned alive. Not just financially, but spiritually as well. Well, it is true that gold and silver are not really used as currency in Paraguay. There are still more conservative values left here. In fact, there are more conservative values here in Paraguay today than many other destinations that I visit on an annual basis. There's still more meat on the bone here than in a lot of other countries, including many Latin American countries that I have visited. Now, if you visited countries in Southeast Asia, you know that wokeness is booming in Southeast Asia's metropolitans, including Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, and Manila. I think those are the three wokest cities in whole Southeast Asia. There are more woke people in these three metropolitans today than there were 5 years ago. Conservative Southeast Asian values are fading away rather quickly, not just in these three metropolitans, but across the region. Now, the same is also true for Latin America, by the way. I'm not saying that Latin America is perfect, but one country that consistently stands out is Paraguay. And I think that if you value conservatism, if you want to form a family and retain your conservative values for as long as possible, I believe that a country that's been consistently right-wing is the way to go. Now, arguably, places in Eastern Europe, including Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, and a few others, are also good destinations for conservative people from the Western Hemisphere. So yeah, except for Paraguay, there are also many countries in Eastern Europe that are quite conservative. Now, the problem with these countries in Eastern Europe is not that they're not conservative. The problem is they are less prone to welcoming people from outside their country. That's the real problem in Eastern Europe. And it doesn't matter what your skin color might be, by the way. These people are just less likely to accept that foreigner into their own community. Now, things are very different in Paraguay. Paraguayans are generally very hospitable people who welcomed foreigners not just for decades, but centuries. And many of Europe's immigrants integrated quite well into Paraguayan society, creating the country into the beautiful place it is today. If we take a look at Paraguay's neighbors, Argentina and Uruguay, we can see that values are very different in these two countries. So Paraguay is doing something distinctively different from the rest of not just South America, but whole Latin America. Even a place like Mexico that used to be a lot more conservative has recently seen a spike in wokeism that's not only orchestrated across Mexico's schools, but also very visible in Mexico's society. Mexico's changing. Mexico has changed into something completely different than what it was just 10, 15 years ago. Mexico is no longer conservative. Now, Paraguay is the most conservative country in whole Latin America. It's also one of the most European countries in Latin America, making it more ideal for someone from the Northern Hemisphere that wants to retain similar cultural values and wants to feel at home, something that might not be possible in different geographic locations, with different cultures and different norms that we find hard to adjust to. Paraguay makes it relatively easy. So it isn't just about Paraguay's welcomeness, it's also about your ability to integrate into this South American country. I think there is a lot of meat on the bone here. Conservatism means being aligned with the church. Conservatism means to believe in God. Monetary aspirations have killed North American and European families for decades, leaving many with broken family values and alone. In Paraguay, the community, the family, is above everything else. Money is important, but it's not that important. Money is more seen as a way to support your life in Paraguay. Money is not God, at least not in Paraguay. While Paraguay is less attractive in many regards, we're talking about Paraguay's geography. Paraguay does not have a coastline. Paraguay does not have the kind of scenery that many of us might be attracted to. Paraguay is actually quite boring. It's actually quite conservative. It's actually quite boring because there's not a whole lot to do here. And that's because many people who visit Paraguay end up leaving. They don't end up making Paraguay their home. However, there are many people who end up making Paraguay their home because boredom is what they want, because conservatism is what they want, because quietness is what they want, because geographic isolation is what they want. Now, if you want boredom, if you want peace, if you want conservative traditional family values, if you want to live an isolated lifestyle, then Paraguay is the right place for you. If you seek a super diverse lifestyle that is predicated on amusement, tons of entertainment options, and massive variety, maybe Paraguay is not the right place for you. However, what I do know is that Paraguay is the right place for conservatives, people who want to retain their cultural values, people who want to relocate their families to, like I think, one of the most, if not the most conservative country left on the planet. A country that's ideal for North American, European, and Australian families and expats. If you are an investor and you don't want to live in a woke environment, then Paraguay can also be a great option for you. Paraguay is home to some of the lowest taxes in whole Latin America and even in the entire world. By obtaining Paraguayan residency, you get access to Paraguay's territorial tax system, where foreign-sourced income is exempt from taxation. How cool is that? So income earned from abroad that you don't bring with you into Paraguay, you can keep tax-free. So you can have an offshore bank account, an offshore business, and the money is all yours. However, income that's generated from within Paraguay's borders, you would have to pay taxes on that income in Paraguay. Let's say you have a rental property located in Paraguay that generates you a monthly income. Yes, you would have to pay income tax on that income that you generate from within Paraguay's borders. Likewise, if you own a Paraguayan corporation that pays you a salary or dividend, you would have to pay income taxes on that as well. Or if you make money from an investment here in Paraguay, that money is going to be taxed as well. However, foreign-sourced income remains tax-free. And if you happen to start a corporation that trades within the Mercosur region and meets all the necessary requirements, you may qualify for a 1% corporate tax rate that is conducive for growth and capital preservation. Now, Paraguay makes a lot of sense for conservatives. If we see the recent developments in Mexico, Panama, and even places in Eastern Europe are changing, we can see that Paraguay is actually doing quite well on the international stage, retaining its conservative family values and standing behind ancient values. If you want to relocate to Paraguay, make Paraguay your home and preserve your conservative family values, or just live a conservative lifestyle, consider Paraguayan residency without the need to prove economic solvency. This month, we're running a special promo. You can save big on our residency packages and relocate to Paraguay, a country that will welcome you with open arms. This month, you can save anywhere from $550 to $1,000 on your residency package. Our Plan B package is perfect if you're looking for a Plan B, you want to obtain Paraguayan residency while it's easy, and have a Plan B if things go bad or if things don't improve in your native country or in your country of residency. It includes all necessary processes to obtain Paraguayan residency. All government legal and administrative fees are included. We translate all your documents, we bring you to all the appointments, we pick you up from the airport, we drop you off from the airport. We even do the power of attorney so that we can withdraw your residency documents and hold on to them to hand them to you in person when you're back, or mail them to your foreign address. Our Plan B package can be purchased for just $2,200 United States dollars this month. You save $500 this month. You only pay $2,200. If you want to relocate to Paraguay permanently or want to spend at least a few months annually in the country, consider our Relocatee package, which is on sale this month. You get a $1,000 discount, so you pay just $2,950 instead of $3,950. You get all the features that I just mentioned that are part of the Plan B, plus we help you with your driver's license, bank account, tax number, and many other things that you need to establish yourself in Paraguay. All legal, government, and administrative fees are included here as well. You also get access to our complimentary Paraguay introduction training that consists of a set of pre-recorded videos for you to watch where we answer questions on life in Paraguay. You also get personal time with me, and our head of client management. Now, if you're interested in taking advantage of our September 2025 Paraguay residency specials, go to nomadelite.com and click on book a consultation. I look forward to talking to you and helping you obtain residency in Paraguay. Thank you so much for watching Nomad Elite. I truly appreciate your attendance, and I look forward to welcoming you to Paraguay.